Hello, my name is Cadet David Shute. I'm Command Sergeant Major of the Green Terror Battalion. Today we'll discuss the emerging leader as an ROTC cadet. In this video, the following will be covered: defining emerging leadership and the basic qualities of a leader, defining emerging leadership as a cadet, and my experience as an emerging leader from my first year as a cadet to where I am now as the Command Senior Non-Commissioned Officer of the Green Terror Battalion. What is emerging leadership? Leadership is a highly sought after and a highly valued commodity. Leadership is defined differently by every organization. Further, who is a leader to an organization is subjective as well. And what is often overlooked is that everyone at all levels is themselves a leader. The Army defines leadership as the process of influencing people by providing purpose, direction, and motivation to accomplish the mission and improving the organization. Notice, leadership is a process. Leadership involves influence. Leadership involves common goals and values. An Army leader first and foremost lives out the 7 core values. Those values are loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. Those 7 core values, in combination with positive ethos, are some of the things that make a good leader. This upstanding leader is then fit to influence others in order to accomplish the mission at hand and improve the organization. The idea of the emerging leader is recognizing the concept that one is the leader of oneself before and while leading others. My experience as an emerging leader. As a freshman and sophomore, also known as an MS1 and MS2, I arrived at the Green Terror Battalion prepared to learn the aspects that would help me to be a good leader. My MS1 and MS2 year consisted of very little responsibilities. My primary focus was learning the facets of Army ROTC and embracing followership and the emulation of the seasoned cadets above me. Attending physical training 3 times a week, and learned the discipline and consistency required to physically challenge myself each morning alongside my peers. Attending lab 1 day a week, I was able to observe experienced leaders execute mission given to them. It is my job as the MS1 and MS2 to see the decision-making process and aspects of leadership of which I should emulate. Once a semester, cadets will attend different field training exercises. These exercises often consist of rifle ranges, land navigation, artillery ranges, and even full-speed mission simulations. As the MS1 and MS2, you'll participate in all of these in order to expose and prepare for future evaluation. As a junior or MS3 cadet, I was the cadet leading physical training and labs. The physical trainings and the labs consisted of me leading a platoon of roughly 40 cadets through a workout or through a mission given to me. Previously, I had discussed how I observed the actions of those above me when I was in MS1 and MS2. As the MS3, I was in a position I used to look up to. It was up to me to lead by example and demonstrate my growth as a leader like those leaders did before me. MS3 year is the primary year for the preparation of cadets for advanced camp at Fort Knox, Kentucky. Field training exercises for MS3 cadets is where they are evaluated on their proficiency as a leader so far. While MS3 cadets are being closely observed and rated on their actions as a leader and their ability to complete graded tasks like land navigation, this is a good opportunity to further develop their skills for advanced camp. During the summer at Fort Knox, cadets are evaluated on numerous commissioning requirements and their ability to lead fellow cadets from all around the world. While completing advanced camp is no trivial achievement, cadets will find they have always been prepared to lead. As a senior or MS4 cadet, I hold the position of Command Sergeant Major of the Green Terror Battalion. As a Command Sergeant Major, I'm in charge of about 100 cadets. In the battalion, I monitor the health and morale, uphold uniform and grooming standards, and support the subordinates in need. Being able to reflect on my journey from MS1 to where I am now, leadership attributes have always been present within me. Being the Command Sergeant Major, I am now able to demonstrate my years of preparation to lead others. During my entire Army ROTC career, I was very active in extracurriculars and even Division I sports. Army ROTC has accelerated my development as a cadet, which translates to my ability to lead in all domains of my life, including student athletics and membership in the community. While I'm able to see that I'm an influential cadet leader now, hindsight allows me to see I was influential and motivational even as a younger cadet, due to my dedication and embodiment of the organization. With the conclusion of this portion, please watch the following video on emerging leadership. Dominate.
Yes, I think the term emerging leader has a few possible definitions depending on your perspective. I take a much broader view of this term because my focus is on developing leaders, all leaders. What I mean by the different definitions is that we have very different goals when we try to make lists of leaders or try to catalog who is a leader within an organization. For example, if we're building a succession plan, we're building a list ranking talent in order of filling slots as they open up. Just like with the NFL draft, if you don't have a need for a left tackle, even though the best available player is a left tackle, you would have someone else higher on your list, not necessarily the most talented. If you were trying to build a distribution list for an email, your list would look much different. If you're trying to figure out who gets a raise, you look at that list a bit differently still. If you're the head of a training department and you think that there's only one way or a couple ways to train people and they're all expensive, then who you define as a leader to include on your list to have access to those precious training seats is going to miss some leaders. For the purposes of leadership development, that high potentials list is just not a good thing. You simply miss too many people, and you're not developing the people that need the development most. You're not looking at the future as much as you should. Remember the goal of someone in leadership development: to have the best prepared resources ready and able to do the job, whatever the job, when the time comes. For that reason, my definition of emerging leader is everyone from the person just getting ready to make the leap to a supervisory position all the way up to the person vying for the CEO role. In other words, just about everybody in any kind of management or specialist role. We need to develop each of these resources, and it's not impossible anymore. We were previously stuck with expensive classroom training, and then came one-size-fits-all e-learning, very limited and expensive options. What we're doing with EL Circle is providing the highest level of quality, relevant content at an affordable price point for everyone, combined with internal coaching and mentoring that makes leadership development a natural priority for every emerging leader, even with our broad definition.
In the video, the speaker supports what was covered previously. He speaks on the importance for everyone to understand all individuals are leaders, but how they simply need to be recognized for their potential. Overseeing operations here in the Green Terror Battalion, I firsthand can attest to the ability of the positive environment to develop young men and women into the leader they know is inside. The Green Terror Battalion Army ROTC is ready to welcome those individuals prepared to emerge and further develop as the leader they are capable of being. Thank you for watching. Always climbing and yield not.